Welcome back to Bespoke Addict. I'm going to be selling these absolutely superb 1960s Trickers Chelsea boots, and these are going on eBay UK at no reserve, and they're just beautiful things. Had very little wear, got completely original soles, and the only thing that is of note that isn't ideal is the elastic. The top half of the elastic's perished. The bottom half's fine, but elastics are kind of they're oil based, and it's just hardened and it's lost its elasticity. So ideally that needs changing. That said, I have worn them with jeans, and the jeans come down to about here and completely cover the baggy elastic, and they don't feel too bad. But with a new elastic, they're just that bit tighter at the top, and of course they look more presentable. But it's still got the original canvas sort of pull-on strap. I think from the 1970s onwards, there were more of a nylon-y type pull. These are still canvas. I'm pretty sure they're from the 60s. Just fabulous things. They're around about a UK size 9. They're marked as a size 9. I'm a 9.5, and they fit me lengthwise okay, but they're wide. They're a very broad fitting. They're too broad for me. I don't know what the fitting is, but they're generous, a generous width, you know. So, like I said, they're just a bit too loose on myself around here. Had I put new elastics in and had the elastic sort of pull that back, it might have made a difference. But I would have done this by hand. I'd have unpicked it all and re-stitched through the original holes. That's how I always do my repairs, and it would take a long time. A cobbler would calibrate their machine to do the same size stitch and try their best to re-stitch through the original holes, and it might take a cobbler, I don't know, 5 minutes per, to actually do the stitch. Probably half an hour in total, with removing, placing, inserting, and just carefully trying to go for the original. I think to get the machine rolling, it'd take about 5 minutes per side. It's double stitching, so it takes twice as much. But even if it took the best part of an hour, it's not going to be massively expensive. But I think a competent cobbler could replace all 4 in about 30 minutes. So it's not a big job. With a nice, deep, really strong elastic. There's nothing you can do to prevent oil-based products deteriorating in time. And that's what happens. And if these had been worn more, this wouldn't have happened. When you leave elastics and oil-based products, or shoes with a rubbery sole, or things like, Adidas or Nike trainers, if you don't wear them, it goes very, very brittle, and, because it's an oil-based. If you wear them, it doesn't happen, but then the shoe wears out. And these would have never survived had they been worn very much, but they've been in storage long-term for years, and, of course, the elastic's gone floppy. But honestly, truly, on a pair of shoes this fantastic, it's a very, very, very small concern. See, Trickers by Corniche. It's not even got much wear to the heel sock. You can see they've really had very little wear. This is a totally original colour. I've had these about 10 years or so, and I've worn them a handful of times. And I've enjoyed them, but ultimately they're just that little bit too big on me. If I were of a heavier build, these would be fine on me, and I probably wouldn't be selling them. But they're just a lovely pair of boots, and they will find somebody that's keen on, whether Trickers, Chelsea boots or vintage boots, who it won't really matter. These sort of tick all the boxes. The only thing of note, as I say, is the elastics really ideally need replacing, but because I'm not keeping them, I'm not going to do it. If I were keeping these in my collection, I would definitely do the whole thing by hand. I don't have a sewing machine, and I always like to just stitch through the original holes by hand. As I say, to a skilled cobbler can calibrate the machine, stitch and work very carefully through the original holes anyway. So, but they're going on eBay UK at no reserve. I will post I'll put the listing number with this post.